Hey friends, welcome back to the Procrastination Solution Podcast, where we get real about what's holding you back and how to move forward with purpose, clarity, and a solid plan for success. I am your host, Nilo, and I help women just like yourself overcome procrastination for good and achieve your goals. And boy, do I have the best episode for you today. Today, I want to share a life-altering truth with you, one that stopped me in my tracks the first time I heard it. Okay, so a few months ago, I think it was April, I was in a course called Capacity with my coach, Stacey Bayman, and the very first lesson that she taught us was this: you are the asset. Not my work, not my to-do list, not my ability to be productive or helpful, not my degrees, not my job, me. I am the asset. And when I tell you that it rocked me, I mean, it shifted something at the core of who I am. Like, I'm not the same person I was before that call with her. So I went to the Googles, right? I went to the internet and asked. So according to the internet, an asset is something valuable that contributes to the growth, strength, or stability of a system or organization. It's something that you protect, nurture, and invest in because it holds the potential to multiply value over time, right? So when I say that you are the asset, I mean you are the source of growth, strength, and stability in your own life. You are not expendable. You are not replaceable. You are what everything else in your life depends on. So today I want to talk to the woman who's been doing all the things, carrying the weight of her family, her career, her home, but maybe doesn't see herself as central. Maybe you think you're supposed to be behind the scenes, that being productive means serving everyone else except yourself. Today, I want to flip that script because I can totally relate to you. I want to help you see the most valuable investment you'll ever make is in you, not because you need to do more, but because you play the primary role in your own story, in your joy, in your healing, in your progress, and in your peace, right? So if you're wondering what it means to be the asset, here's what I think. You are not just the helper, the doer. You're not just the one holding everything together. You are the asset. You are the foundation. If you fall apart, everything around you feels it. But when you rise, when you heal, when you take yourself seriously, everything in your life changes. That's why I want you to see the value in getting help, coaching, therapy, rest, investing in yourself. I want you to see the value in that because you matter, not because you're productive, quote unquote, but because you are worthy of being supported just as you are, right? And maybe in a not so distant episode, I'll share with you how I have been treating myself as the asset since this call with my coach in April, right? When I tell you I'm a different person since April, since, she shared this lesson with us, I'm not exaggerating, right? So stay tuned for that. But you and I both know that most women have been conditioned, we've been raised to see ourselves as the support system. We support our families, we support our jobs, our immediate families, our families of origin, our extended families. We support our friends, our communities, our churches, but we rarely stop to say, who's supporting me? We think that that's selfish. And even deeper than that, what if I am not just the support system, but the actual asset that everything else depends on, right? So my clarity, my energy, my emotional regulation, my joy, my peace, those are the true driving forces behind my productivity, my parenting, my leadership, and my business, right? My life. So for years, I thought procrastination was about laziness. I was told I was lazy, or when I did something, it was to please someone else or to avoid getting in trouble. I didn't think I was disciplined enough, right? I thought if I was disciplined enough, I would just get this done. Why do I have to be told, when to do it or how to do it? But now I know we procrastinate because we're exhausted from abandoning ourselves. Just stop and think about that for a second. Is it true or not that you have abandoned yourself in one or more ways in your life? Right? We burn out because we've been treating ourselves like a tool instead of an asset. An asset is something you protect, you nurture, you grow, and you invest in, right? So if your home was your biggest financial asset, you would take care of it. But your body, your mind, your spirit, those are infinitely more valuable. So why do we run them into the ground? This is a question each and every one of us needs to answer every single day of our lives. Why do we run ourselves into the ground? I bet we would come up with so many different answers the more we sit there and think about this from a place of curiosity and not from a place of like guilt or regret, from a place of curiosity, of learning. The more we ask this question or any question of ourselves and, our world, the more we will get like a different answer or a better answer or a deeper answer. I challenge you to do this. Why do we run ourselves into the ground? Okay. Now, what happens when you start chasing yourself or treating yourself as the asset? Everything changes. You stop chasing validation. You stop overcommitting. You stop pushing through things that were never yours to carry. What? I like just saying that. It's in my notes, but I'm like reading this and saying this to you out loud, and my brain is just blown. So many things that we're trying to push, we're carrying, and it's not ours to carry. One of my really good friends, Sarah, she says, not my, what does she say? Not my circus, not my monkey. And I totally agree with her. Right? I have said this to myself so many times. Not my circus, not my monkey. This is not something that I have to deal with. So, you start asking yourself, right? What do I need today? What is draining my energy and why am I allowing it? What would change in my life if I truly believed I am the asset? My challenge to you is to take this weekend and ask yourself these questions, as well as, a few other questions I'm going to give you here, right? Think about these as you carry out your tasks this weekend, as you sip your coffee, as you walk your dog, journal on these questions. What do I need today? What is draining my energy and why am I allowing it? What would change in my life if I truly believed I am the asset, right? Where in my life have I been treating myself as a tool instead of an asset? What would it look like this week to invest in myself? What does it mean to invest in myself? Where in my life am I treating myself as optional? What might shift if I started treating myself as essential, right? So I want you to remember something. You are not here to burn out while being helpful. You are not meant to live your life on the edge of exhaustion. You are the asset in your life. And when you begin to treat yourself like it, your life will begin to reflect it. Whether you're, single, a single mom, you're married, you're working or staying home, you're building a business, you are not secondary to your life. You are the protagonist. You are the main character. And I want you to treat yourself like it, right? What does that mean to treat yourself like the main character? Right? Here's my suggestion. Hire the coach. Take the nap. Invest in the program. Right? Go and get your degree. Get another degree. Go to the gym. Get yourself the healthy snack. Say no without feeling guilty. Look at your own thoughts and question the negative ones. And follow through on the positive ones. Separate yourself from your to-do list. Separate yourself from the pile of laundry, the endless number of emails, and all the "can you do me a favor" requests. They are not you, and you are not them. You are the asset. You are the most important person in your life. And it's time that you believed that. It's time that you acted like it. Right? I could go on and on forever. I'm going to leave this episode just right here. 10 minutes, 11 minutes, short and sweet. I hope that this message has resonated with you and has stirred something sacred inside of you to finally take action and root for yourself. Be on your own side. Have your own back. Okay? And I would love for you to reach out and tell me your thoughts. Tell me your aha moments. Right? All right, friends. I cannot wait to talk to you next week. And I can't wait to see what you think. How are you going to treat yourself like an asset this week? Have an awesome weekend. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.